Good evening, dear friends. All slouching people know that only the grave can straighten a hunchback. But the thing is, medicine and in general science are not standing still. Ways have been found to correct slouching and posture much more effectively than grave methods. Therefore, today we must get started on them immediately. I believe it's a crime to hide these methods from you. So I'm going to share them with you.
I really want to share them. I just can't stop myself.
The thing is, what is slouching connected to? The fact is, everyone already knows about this. Everyone has read in books and newspapers that the muscles back here are weak. And the muscles up here in front are shortened, which are in the back, the rhomboids, middle lower or upper trapezius, which is more dominant for each person.
And right here, with this gentleman.
Here, either the muscles in his back have the same tone as in the front, or the muscles in the back are even stronger than those in the front. Additionally, there may be deltoid issues with the rear or front being stronger or weaker. And at the same time, is there an exercise that will correct slouching, restore the volume of lacking muscles, and also improve mobility in the thoracic spine? Because what problems does slouched person have besides their appearance, which isn't particularly remarkable? He also has neck pain and headaches. There are conditions that cause the neck and shoulder muscles to be constantly overstrained. The lower back is also constantly overloaded. But there are many downsides and few upsides. You need to increase mobility here and you need to increase muscle tone. That's why there's a set of special exercises that address all of these together. And now we're going to try doing them together. So, friends, for the first exercise, you'll need a roller like this one that's used for massage. What do we do near the wall? We stand like this, facing the wall. Put your hand, your palm, on this roller. Stand as close to the wall as possible, almost pressing against it as much as you can, and your hand is on the roller. And now we make an upward movement. Here, you can move it a little closer to yourself, so it's comfortable for you to hold. Make an upward movement and sort of roll it out like this. And right here, at this moment, you'll feel both a stretch in the muscles in front, and the muscles that usually don't work will start to activate. So you stand up, move upward and then downward like this, up and down. The position of your head basically can be any way you like. You can turn it in any direction or just hold it straight like this. Do 10 movements, then on the other side, stand up, place your hand and do the same movement. So, what happens thanks to the roller? Your arm, when resting on the roller, is not in its usual position. Right here, it turns out the chest muscles are already a bit stretched from behind, and in this stretched position, you make them move. Of course, you can use two rollers at the same time, and you can do this movement. That is, you try to make sure that during this movement, your elbow is a little farther from the wall than your wrist. So during this exercise, you move your elbow back a little. So the distance from your wrist to the wall is less than from your elbow to the wall. And keeping this position, you try to do this up and down movement. If you have two rollers like this, you can try to do this movement with both hands at the same time. But it's preferable that they have about the same diameter. Well, not just about, it's best if they're exactly the same. Here, they're a little different. But for the sake of science, we can suffer a bit. There. So this movement is forward and back, forward and back. A more advanced version of this exercise is the same thing, but lying down. If you dare and can make yourself get up right now and do it, well, if you have such equipment, of course, you'll immediately notice an incredible tone. An incredible tone in general appears in the back muscles, right here. The one that's usually not there, because these muscles are barely used in everyday life. They work very little. Next, the next step is to put a load on this entire area between the shoulder blades, on all the muscles that at the same time rotate the shoulder blade back like this and straighten the thoracic spine itself. To do this, you lie on your stomach. But here, you shouldn't do it on the floor. You can do this exercise on a couch or on a bed. Here you are lying down. That is, your arm should hang down a little. Ideally, it should hang down to about this height. The position of your head can be like this. You can look straight ahead, or you can turn it to the side toward the arm that's hanging down. And now, let's start with the first movement. Let's begin with this kind of motion to the side. This will be our first movement. Here, lift up, lower down. This is movement number 1. First, then second. At a 45-degree angle. So, the first angle, if we take our bed, the arm is at a 90-degree angle to the bed, to the sofa. This is the first angle of movement. Here it is. The second angle is 45 degrees. The third angle is 45 degrees down. The fourth angle is upward. Well, almost to the forearm. At the same time, try to do it. Well, keep your arm straight. I mean, your arm should be straight, as parallel to the surface as possible, with the back of your hand facing up. And the fourth angle is also with the back of your hand facing up. As much as you can, move down here. The movement is downward, but of course it will be a bit closer to 45 degrees. But try as much as you can. And here you have several angles of movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 downward. And in each of these positions, you need to do 2 sets of 10 repetitions. At first, when you're just starting out, do this simply without holding anything in your hand. Then, over time, when you feel that this is too easy for you, or did you try it and immediately didn't feel any strain, then you can use additional weights, for example, in the form of different dumbbells. If you're just starting out, you can simply take a water bottle, for example, and fill it up. Half a liter will be half a kilogram. A liter will be a kilogram. That's how it works with water. If it's another liquid, you'll need to use formulas to find out exactly how much it will weigh. So friends, the first position is this: move your hand back here with the backside forward, lift it up and lower it. If you start doing this with weights and you feel like you can't lift it, or you feel pain or discomfort, then you need to reduce the weight or the number of repetitions. Or if you're already using the minimum weight, start without any weight at all. The second angle is 45 degrees. Also perform 2-3 sets of 10 reps. Here, try to do it more slowly, especially the negative phase of the movement. That means lower your arm back to the starting position more slowly. Because you can just swing your arm up using momentum like this. And at least make the return movement slower so that the muscle still gets worked. I mean, you don't need to do the movement quickly. If you feel like you want to do the movement faster, then it means you need to lower the weight a little bit. Here's the third 45 degrees right here. In addition to the trapezius and latissimus dorsi working, the rear deltoid and triceps also get involved a little bit. The muscles on the scapula itself, the infraspinatus, supraspinatus, are involved in the movement, especially up here at the top, along with different parts of the trapezius muscle. Here's the position where we do the movement parallel to the bed, and this is the last movement where we do it up here like this. And after each movement, you rest. You can rest for about 30 seconds to a minute. And then you move on to the next set. In each position, you can do 2 or 3 sets. And accordingly, you need to do the same on the other side, on both sides. You are training this whole group of muscles between your shoulder blades. In addition, the rear deltoid is also involved. The infraspinatus muscle, the supraspinatus muscle, partially the latissimus dorsi, and of course the rhomboid. All those muscles that usually don't get enough load in everyday life, they don't work very well. And this way you can additionally stimulate them. And of course, friends, I can't ignore the viewers who don't like to move and prefer to lead a sedentary lifestyle. For you, this might be the only part of this routine that you'll do, or maybe you won't even do it at all. But at least watch it. Maybe even just from that, some muscle of yours will tense up a little. Autogenic training, as it's called. When you watch other people working out, you even start to feel a bit tired yourself, as if you were doing it too. And there's a sense of satisfaction that you don't have to do it yourself. What is it about? What does it involve? For the next exercise, you take a roller at home, a regular pillow will do, or you can fold a blanket. And you lie down on it with the area between your shoulder blades. This one. And you throw your arms back here behind you. If your arms don't lie down, then you spread them a little wider, find a position where they will lie down. On the floor, if you're doing it on the floor or on the couch, and in this position you just lie down and relax. If you feel that your lower back is overextending or getting too tense, you can reduce the height of the roller, or you can also bend your legs to reduce the load on your lower back if you feel discomfort from overextension. If everything is fine, just lie like this and relax for about a minute. If you haven't done this exercise before, and if you already have some experience, then you can gradually increase the time up to 5 minutes. You can start with this exercise and then do what we did before, the previous one, or on the contrary, first do the previous one and then in this way relax at the end. It's up to your preference. However you like it more, it's up to you to choose. It's your choice, your life. You decide what to do. Well, friends, a bit tired, take a rest. Try the exercise, it's enough, it's effective. All right, these muscles are working. Plus, you can adjust the load so that you give it either a little less or a little more. Write in the comments how impressed you are with the results of these exercises that you will be doing. Promise yourself first and everyone else in the comments that you will try to do them someday. And some people have even done them together with me already. Of course, such people, they are gems. Thank you. On behalf of all the subscribers, thank you.